we will have representatives presenting the power of performative arts, the power of music, the power of micro engagement and musical, and possibly the power of arts. Our very first invited speaker or panelist is Felicia Young, and maybe you have heard about her projects. Felicia Young is a social action artist and a theoretical, oops, sorry, I'm so sorry, and theoretical pageant director. And I highlighted this in blue because I didn't really know what that is, but we will see a wonderful example of that on the next slide. She is the founder and executive director of Earth Celebrations. It's a non-profit organization that engages communities to effect ecological and social change through arts. She has a Bachelor in Art History from Skidmore College and a Master of Arts from in Performance Studies from New York University. And she is engaged in this type of work since very long time, and since more than 25 years, she has been directing these engaged and community engaging performances, which are visually very inspiring and have actually triggered a lot of changes in decision making on political local level. And I'm curious to hear more about that and how her experiences were, how to engage the public as well as the decision makers. She has been the founder of the first EcoFest event in New York City Park Department, and has been engaged in a lot of, as I mentioned, visually very, very attractive and growing events. This theatrical pageant hyper performance might relate to some of her background as a third-generation New Yorker with family history dating back to India, and some cultural connection to some of the theatrical pageant performances that are conducted there in forms of festivals, ceremonies, and other mythic dramas. Here we can see some of the very recent pageant event that was held in New York City last month, 13th of May. And you get, just by the single picture, a glimpse of the number of people involved and the impression it might have made on everyone walking along the streets of New York that day, but also the people reading about this work in the newspapers. And as you can see on her website, Earth Celebrations, there are a lot of press releases and a great coverage of the events that were not only organized in the US, but also in India and other places. So I recommend you having a look also on the website, which is rich in material. I will give you later some time to speak about this in more detail. Our next panelist is Richard Ihuel from the Czech Republic, and introducing himself on his LinkedIn profile, he says, "Following a career in marketing, consulting, and change management, I wish to contribute to a better world by helping meaningful organizations transform to become more eco-responsible. But first, I shall complete my master in sustainability and pursue my musical eco-responsible journey. Once this is done, I'm back in the game. Stay tuned." So we are curious what is happening, but surely on the music side, we could follow, actually, I think this month or last month, the release of a new disc, record that is available online, which is called Swing pour la Planète, a French music album, where he and his band, Frogs and Friends, are swinging for the planet. And of course, we're curious to hear about it. And I don't know if we have the chance to shortly listen into one of your songs. If we manage to do so, I think that would be fantastic, so that we get an idea. And yeah, we're of course curious what motivated you to that part. The third panelist is Jeff Knowunzy. He is originally a computer scientist and mathematician who turned maybe something that we call an artivist. And in his LinkedIn presentation, he said, he describes his work as winning the fight for equality and planet by making it fun and easy, unarrestable actions, uncompromising rhetoric, engaging stories, and fearless collaboration. And as you might know, he is a co-founder of New Media Network, and he started by a quite analytical approach, analyzing the current situation of society and observing the several challenges. Through the research, found that maybe the old tools that he used to use in more the innovation space were not the most suitable to tackle the current crisis, and decided to indeed engage into a new way of using music and using communication through videos to engaging stories. And besides YouTube videos, he launched last year the movie Dynasty Night Act 1, which is a summary of the songs of the first act of the musical, and more recently brings this musical also into the public in form of different real-life realizations, more with small puppet shows, but is truly inspired by the work of Felicia. So I'm also very happy to have you in the same panel together today.